All right, let's continue, please. So, and you can still see my screen, correct? Please react if you can still see my screen. All right, very good. So, I was trying to explain something to you guys earlier before on how you can fill in your ID, right? So, let me delete this column again and do it all over. All right, so I'm gonna insert a new column here. Okay, insert. Then I'm gonna name this as my car ID, right? So I told you guys that I don't wanna be stressing myself by typing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's gonna be tedious, right? And it's gonna be time consuming. Okay. So the first thing you are gonna do, just type one in your chat box. I mean in your cell. Alright. So when you type one there, so now select that one, then press shift and select all your cell where you want the value to stop. Okay, so just select it. So when you get to the last place, just stop there. All right, and come to your what, your fill. Click on series. Okay, when you click on series, leave it at linear. All right, then leave it at rows. So it depends on the step in which you want this to have. So I want it to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, like that. So it's a step of 1 1. All right, so I didn't mean I want it to have 1, 3, 5, 7, 11. That's like a 1, 3, 5, 7, 11. That's an odd number, right? So that means I'll have to put 2 in this my step if I want it to have what, an odd number. Okay, but I want it to have a series, like a linear number, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 10. Okay, so accordingly, so I'm gonna put 1 as my step value, then press OK. So what do you notice? That's what numbered my what, my column. I mean, yeah, that's numbered this column for me automatically without me not typing it myself. Okay, I hope we are clear on that. Do you see how I did that now? Are we good to go? Hello. All right, very good. So let's continue. So I stopped at sum. Okay, now we are gonna do sum now. So how does sum works? Sum is gonna it's gonna return back the total of your what, of your column for you or your row for you. It depends on how you want to sum your data. All right. So how do we start the formula in Excel? I said we are gonna use the what, equal sign. Okay, equal to sum. Okay, then click on the first value here, control shift arrow down to select everything, then press enter. Now when you press enter, what do you see? You see that it has sum our salary column for us, has given us what, the grand total of it. That's 437,000 naira. So that's for sum. No condition is attached to it. So sum if, I told you earlier that if is a was a conditional statement. Okay, if is a conditional statement. So now, what we are gonna do is that I want to sum the salary that is greater than 50,000 naira. Listen and listen carefully. I want to sum the salary that is greater than what, 60,000. So your range will be your table where you want to sum. The table, control shift arrow down, right? Comma, your criteria. What's your criteria? I want to sum this salary column based on this criteria, and the criteria is that sum the salary that is above what, 50,000 naira. Then I'll do my what, 50,000 naira. All right, 50,000 naira. Then comma, just leave that sum range, then press enter. What do you see? It gave me 128,000 naira. Now let's do it ourselves. Let's do it ourselves manually. Look at the salary column. Which value is greater than 50,000 naira? 63 and 65, right? Now add 63 plus 65 together. What will it give you? Is it not 128,000? 5 plus 3 is 8. 6 plus 6 is 12. That's 128,000. Is that not correct? That's correct. So I did what? Sum if. Apply your range. Where's the range that where you can get your data? This is my range here. So if it's greater than 50,000 naira, what? Sum it for me, right? Good. So let's continue. We have what we call sum ifs. So this one is what? Is different what? Criteria. Sum ifs. It has the sum range and it has criteria range 1, criteria range 2, something like that. So now let's do something. I want to sum my salary. I want to sum only the salary that is for what? That is for the female. And um I can also do something here as well. I can also use the sum if for that as well. I want to sum the salary that is only for the female. Okay, how do I do that? The first thing I'm gonna do is sum ifs. The sum range is still my salary column. Control shift arrow down, comma, the criteria range one. The criteria range one is this my gender column. Control shift arrow down. Then the criteria one, what is the female I want you to sum it. Only the female salary for me. Sum only the female salary for me. Okay, that's what I want. Only the female salary. Sum it for me. Then I'll press enter. What do you see? It's returned 124,000 naira. Now let's do the same to male. I want to do something. I want to do it for male as well. Okay, so I'm gonna copy this formula again. All right, so let me copy it. Let me just press. Now this is for what? I said this is for male. This is for female, right? Now let's do for male and let's check something. So I'm gonna change this to what? To male. MALE. Still the same process. Then I'll press enter. Now add these two together. Add these two together if it will give you this sum of this total, because we have only male and female our gender. So add 124,000 and 313,000 together. If e no give you 437,000. Now look at this. 3 plus 1 is 4. 1 plus 2 is 3. 4 plus 3 is 7. Is it not 437,000? So that's how what sum ifs work. It's sum based on different criteria. Alright, let's say I want to sum the range for the people age that is greater than what? That is greater than 30,000. That, no, sorry. Now let me do that. So I want to convince you guys. All right. So equals to what? Sum if. Sum ifs. Okay. Sum ifs. Now the sum range is my salary column, right? Comma. The criteria range one, my age. So I want to sum the age that is what? That is greater than let me use 30. That is greater than 30, right? 30. Then I'll press comma. If they greater than 30, then I want to also sum the person that is greater than 30 and also a female. Okay, criteria range 2 and the what? Criteria 2, female, or let me use male. Then I'll press enter. So now look at this. What did I do? I said sum the person's age that is greater than 30. But if person is greater than 30, I want to sum only the male own. Okay, do not sum the female own. Sum only the male age that is greater than 30 in our data set. Now look at this. It gave me 205,000. If you do it manually yourself, you will still get the same answer. Alright, so that's how sum if, sum and sum ifs work. Sum if can only work for what? One condition. Okay, just like only one condition. Okay, but sum ifs to what? Apply to different criteria. Are we clear on that? Do you have any question or is it clear? I need your engagement, please. Hello, are you still here with me? So for those that are just joining, the attendance form has been pinned. All right, please fill it and click on session 3. Okay, so any questions so far? Are we good to go? Hello, I need your engagement, please. React if you are good to go. Hello, why is only one person that is reacting? All right, let's move on, please. So that's for, so now we have what we call count, count if and count ifs. Okay, so counting, we just count the total what? Row of your column, total row of your column. Then you just do equals to count. It's still the same process. Equals to count. Then what do you want to count? I want to count my gender column, or let me just count my employee column. Okay, I want to know the total employee that is in my company. All right, the total employee that is in my company, I want to count them. I'll press enter. That means I have what? 9 employee in my company, right? So count if is just like a conditional statement as well. A conditional statement. Count if. Okay, sorry about that. Count if. Range. What do you want to do? I want to count I want to count my what? My let's do I want to count the gender column. If is what? If is a female. Okay, or let me count only the male. I want to know the total number of male in my what? In my company. Sorry. I want to know the total number of male in my company. So I'll do count if. The range is my gender, but the criteria is what? Count only the male individual. Now it gave me six. Now let's count it together. Our male, only our male in gender. One, two, three, four, five, six. Is that not correct? That's correct. So that's how count if does. It's just like only one criteria you can use it for. Okay. So that's what we call count ifs too. Count ifs is different criteria. So I want to count. Look at something now. I want to count the male gender that's only a what? That is only a salesman. The male gender that is what? A salesman. How do I do that? My criteria range one will be my gender. Control shift arrow down, comma, what's the criteria? Male, right? Male, comma, my criteria range two is my job title because I want to count only the male that is what? That is salesman, comma, criteria two is salesman, right? Then I'll press enter. What do you see? It gave me three. Now let's look at something. Let's count the male that are salesman. The first salesman, this is one. Second salesman, two. And third salesman, three. And it's giving back three. We also have a male that is accountant. I didn't count this accountant because we didn't specify accountant. Do you see that? Now if I put accountant here, all right, let me put accountant here. Accountant. So you should know that this formula can help us a lot. It's returned one. Now, if you look at the male here, how many male is accountants in our data? It's only one male. That is what? That is an accountant. Are we clear? Good. Let's move on to concatenate. Are we following? All right. Very good. So let's move on to what? To concatenate. So I've showed you guys concatenate before. Okay. So it's still the same thing. You can either see concat in your own Excel or concatenate. They are referring to same thing, but those are the older version of Excel is having concatenate. The newer version of Excel is having concat, but mine is having both concatenate and concat. All right. So what it does is just like you combining words together. So let's say your your employer, like your employee in your company, their first name and their last name is what they use for their Gmail. Okay, but you forgot to collect their Gmail. Why what? Why collecting their data? All right. So how do we do that? So what we are gonna do is that we are gonna combine the first name and the last name. Okay, now let's first do something before that. So let's say your manager said she wants the full name of what? Of your employee, of the employee. All right. She doesn't want the first name and last name. She doesn't like it to be separate. She wants it to be combined. How do we do that? I'm gonna use the concats in Excel, right? Or concatenate the first name. What are we concatenating? We are concatenating the first name, comma, the last name together. But let's separate it by what? By space. Okay, comma, the last name. Then I'll press enter. What do you see? It didn't separate it by space because I didn't what? Put a space in between this my string symbol here. I'll press enter. Do you see that it gave me Jim Alpert? Now let me double tap here to fill everything for me. Do you see that it has what? Combined the first name and the last name for me in this my column here. Okay. Now let's say we are having issue. We don't collect the email of our employee. So how do we do that? We're still going to use this equals to what? Concat. All right. Concat. We want to combine the first name, comma, the last name, and add words to it, comma, at gmail.com. Want to add at gmail.com to it. At what? Gmail.com. Then press enter. What do you see? It added the first name and the last name together and what? Added at gmail.com to it. Do you see that? Now I want it to affect everything. What do you see? What do you notice now? Do you see that it has what? Added this and this together for us. So this one is just like this. Just delete this. It's an error. All right. So do you see that? It added the first name and the last name together and added what? At gmail.com at the back for us because we specified that it's what? At gmail.com. If it was at outlook.com, we'll use what? Outlook here, not Gmail again. Outlook. All right. Outlook. Press enter. Oh, sorry. Let me do that again. I wrote Outlook. Outlook. Press enter. Then just double tap on this thing to affect everything again. Do you see that? Jimapat at outlook.com, sorry, outlook.com, Pam Beasley at outlook.com. Do you see that? So that's the function of what? Of concatenate in Excel. Now we have what we call days and network days. I hope I'm communicating. I hope you are not lost. I hope you are not lost. I hope I'm communicating. And is it clear enough? Good. Now, these are the formula that you're gonna work with in your everyday life using Excel. You're not gonna escape them. Okay. So I hope it's clear. If you have any question, don't hesitate to ask. I don't shun anybody. All right. All question. All right. All right. Very good. So do not be scared to ask question. Okay. Don't be thinking your question is stupid or something. Your question will also help everybody on the group. Okay. Ask your question, please. Are we good to go? I need your reaction, please. In the absence of no question. All right, very good. So do not forget to fill your attendance. I've pinned it already. Okay, so let's move on. Um, so I guess okay, we have this and network this. So we've worked with this and before in the first session, but let me show you what you can do again. So let's say for example, you want to extract the days in this our start dates. Like you don't want your employer said she doesn't want to see this kind of thing. Yes, she wants to know the day exactly. Is it Wednesday? Is it Monday? Is it Tuesday or Saturday? Good. Excel also have that function. Excel is it's gonna help our life. So we don't need to disturb ourselves. Equals to days. Okay. Now, but there's day and there's days. All right. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use two. I'm gonna use two stuff there. Okay. I'm coming. So like okay, this one is telling us days. Oh, sorry about that. So this is days. Okay, this is days. This is days. So this days is just like you want to know the total number of days your employee has worked in a company. Let's say you want to use that to give them maybe like a promo or something. You get so they've left your company, right? But you know their start dates and you know the day they left. So you want to calculate the total number of days they've used before they what leave the company. Now you are gonna use the days formula. So you're gonna specify the day they left, comma, the day they start, then press enter. So this person worked for what? 56 days. That's Jim Alpert. He worked for what? 56 days. Now let's double tap this icon to affect everything. Now this person worked for what? 6,275 days. So that total number of days this person worked in our what? In our company. Do you see that? So we also have what we call network days. Network days. This network days is just like it's gonna return like most people usually work Monday to Friday, right? Saturday and Sunday is what is excluded. So let's say in your company, your workers usually work from Monday to what to Friday, while Saturday and Sunday are excluded. So that's what this network days will do. It won't include Saturdays and Sundays. All right. So now, but what you're gonna do is you're gonna put your start date here first, comma your end date. Then if there's an holiday, let's say there was an holiday like in between the days the employee were working, there was an holiday. So you want to impute that holiday too together with the days you get. So there's some people that even if there's holiday, you are gonna what mark that as if the workers come to the what to the company you get. So let's say there was an holiday and you wanted to add it to the number of days the worker spent in the company to you get. So you are gonna put that days there. All right. So that's the function of this holidays, but we don't have that here. Then we just have the start date and the end. You just press enter. Now look at this. The day we use days here, we got what? We got 5056. But we use network days here. We got what? We got 3611. That means this one is including both Sunday and Saturday. Sorry, it's including both Saturday and Sunday. But this one is what is excluding Saturday and it's only giving us from Monday to Friday. I hope you are following. Hello, I hope you are following. I need your maximum engagement. All right. I need more reaction, please. Very good. Very good. Very good. So let's continue. So that's for network days. I guess We are done with this. Okay. So let's move on to what? X lookup. And so you have X lookup here. Let's do X lookup. X lookup. So before I move to X lookup or V lookup or H2, are we clear? So who is that? Somebody is asking this question. So even without the or please can you rephrase that question so I'll get what you are saying correctly? Folashade Rebecca, please rephrase the question. Or you know what? Let me just do something that will make your question to be answered. Alright, let me do something. So back to that network this, okay? Let's say let's say let me specify something here. Let's say on the 10th, all right, on the 10th, or let me just use on the 7th, right, of let me use on the 7th 6, okay, 20 2015, right, 2015, there was holiday, right, there was holiday on the 20th, on the 7th, or on the 7th of that's this one is I think the format of this day is what is let me check well, is month, day, year. All right, month, day, year. So month on the 7th of on this month, day, year, so that's July 6th 2015, right, there was an holiday during this period. Okay, so now let me now specify that in this place. So holidays, I use this as my holiday, then I press enter. Now look at something. This one, that means it was the opposite of what I was saying. That is this network this. Now please listen carefully. I specified my holidays there. That means this network this is going to remove the holidays too from it. It's not going to add the holidays to the days you've worked. Do you get? So whatever holiday that the employee, like, if there's holiday and the employee didn't come to work, all right, the dates are being noted down. So now whenever you want to calculate the total number of days the employee has worked, you are going to what? Also exclude the holiday days. Do you get? Now when I put this my holiday here in this my holidays, before, do you know that before when I don't put it, I was having 3611 here, but after I added my holidays it was giving me 3610. So that means it removed what? That day from it. I hope I'm clear. I hope you all get that. Rebecca, do you get that now? Please, I need your response in the chat. Rebecca, are you still here? Do you understand that now, or should I explain again? Is that clear? It's clear now. Very good. So let's move on, please. Um, so we are gonna do something called X lookup. So we are gonna stop in this first place. Maybe next time we are going to do the remaining one because I don't want to waste our time here. All right. So now, let's say for example, you are working, okay, as a data analyst in a company, right? Now your employer now told you that, oh, Folashade, I need the Gmail of Toby Flenderson. I need the Gmail of Toby Flenderson. How would you do that? Will you go to your data sets and go and be looking for Toby Flenderson? You now scroll down. Let's say you have like a millions of rows. Okay, you are now scrolling down to look for Toby, which is very wrong. There's a formula in Excel that can help you do that. It will save your time. What we are going to do is what we call X lookup equals to X lookup. Okay, X lookup. So the lookup value, what are you looking for? I'm looking for Toby Flenderson, right? That is what I'm looking for. I'm looking for Toby. That's what the lookup value is about. What are you looking for? I'm looking for Toby Flenderson, right? You click on Toby Flenderson here in your what? In your full name. Click on it, comma, lookup array. So since you are looking for Toby Flenderson, where in our data set can we get Toby Flenderson? Where in our column can we get Toby Flenderson? We are getting Toby Flenderson in our what? In our full name column. Then you are gonna highlight all the total, like the total array. You are gonna what? Highlight them. Then comma. Okay, now you are looking for Toby Flenderson, right? and Toby Flenderson is in your full name column, right? So if we get Toby Flenderson, what do you want us to return for you? You get, what do you want us to return for you? Okay, I want you to return the Gmail of Toby Flenderson for me. Good, but where can we find that? It's in our what? It's in our email column. Then come to your email column, then Control Shift arrow down. Do you get? Then press enter. What do you see? It gave me Toby Flenderson email. Now I can just double tap this place and to affect these other people and give me their own Gmail too as well. Do you see that? So it's so simple like that. So we are gonna stop here for today. So I don't wanna rush you guys with the formula. So I was gonna practice it yourself. Do you get? So are we good to go? Or do you want me to explain that again? Because I believe I explained clearly to you guys. So just like you are looking for something, okay? What am I looking for? I'm looking for Toby Flenderson. Where can I get Toby Flenderson? It's in the full name column. I will get it. So okay, after I've gotten Toby Flenderson from my column of my full name, what do you want me to return? So it doesn't matter now. Look at something. If I come back to my what? To my XLOOKUP. Let's say I don't want to return the email. Okay. It is my let's say okay, it's the job title I want to return. Now let me start all over again. Alright. So the first thing is what our lookup value, which is Toby Flenderson, right? Comma my lookup array. Where can I get Toby Flenderson? My Toby Flenderson is what? Is in the full name array. Comma. Okay, if I have gotten Toby Flenderson, what do you want me to return? Okay, I want you to return the job title. The title, the word Toby Flenderson, the title of his job, you get. So is in my what? My job title column. Then I'll press enter. Do you see that? Toby Flenderson is an HR. Now let's locate it. Is it not true? Which is true. Now I can just double tap here again and show the other person. So Pam Beasley is what? So this one won't work because I am selecting it based on this. So now if I want to do it for Pam Beasley as well, I'll just come here and what? And select what? Pam Beasley. Where is Pam Beasley here? Select this. Press enter. Pam Beasley is a what? Is a receptionist. If I want to do Meredith Palmer too, I'll come to my lookup value. Select Meredith Palmer here. Press enter. If it was Kevin Malone too, I'll come to this place, click on Kevin Malone, press enter. What do you see? Toby Flenderson is HR, is that not correct? Pam Beasley, receptionist, is that not correct? Meredith Palmer is she's a supplier relations, which is correct. Kevin Malone is an accountant, which is correct. Are we good to go? Is it clear? Is there a way we can find someone or something only knowing the column name as reference? Oh, I don't really get that your question, but let me do something now. Let me do another thing. Let's say, where is this stuff again? Let's say, okay, now what if I don't know where the person, okay, let me just say I just typed Toby Flenderson here. Alright, Toby Flenderson. Toby Flenderson. Okay. I don't really get that your question, but let me quickly do something if that will be the answer to your question. So now, some S lookup. Good. So now I want to look for Toby Flenderson. That's what my HR will give me. So don't worry. When we do this multiple rows, when we do this S lookup multiple rows, S lookup exact match, search order, horizontal, you're gonna understand some concept too as well. So it doesn't matter you select Toby Flenderson from this your full name column. So you might just maybe there was a mistake. You didn't hear the full name very well. You just said only Toby from your what? From your employer. And you cannot go back to be asking that man, please, what do you say? Which maybe you might be thinking is wrong or something, but as somebody who is smart, there's a function you can, there's also an a parameter you can use here that you can also use to what? Get that value which you are looking for. Do you get? So let's say some I will do that later in the next class. So let's say for example you do not know where Toby Flenderson is in your what? In your full name column, right? But you know the name in your head. Now X lookup, the lookup value, what are we looking for? We're looking for Toby Flenderson, right? Now select this from this place. You can also type it, alright, Toby Flenderson by putting it in a what? In a inverted comma. Okay. If you select Toby Flenderson here, comma, good. Where can you find this Toby Flenderson? It's in our full name column, right? Just come to your full name here. Press Control Shift arrow down, right? Then comma. What do you want us to return to you? Okay, I want to return the gender or no, the age of Toby Flenderson. Control Shift arrow down. Then press enter. What do you see? Now when I come to Toby friend and say, is it not 32? Our age is 32. So is that the answer to your question? That what you're asking? Neo David, please engage in the chat. Does that answer your question? Oh, something like that, right? Very good. So that's just it. But don't worry, we're gonna dive in more deeper when we do the other remaining S local. So I don't wanna waste your time. Alright. So what will be 1 hour class? Okay, I've exceeded my time. Okay. So thank you very much for joining. And how do you see the class? How was it? And I need your feedback and you can use the chat box. I don't want any reaction, please. Use the chat box. Are we still here? What's going on? All right, Ovayo, that's very good. All right, very good, very good. So please do not forget to what to mark your attendance. All right, using the Google form link below. Okay. So have a wonderful evening, everyone, and thank you for.